Should we look?
I mean, that's why we came down here.
We could totally go back and keep on going without looking.
Let's look. Also, hi everyone.
Hi everybody.
She's ShroominMists, and I'm Ceranio, and
Don't look.
We are totally looking.
Should we? We can turn back right now.
We came this far, we have to finish it.
Oh no.
A filthy looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The stench of them was awful, and it made my eyes water. I was terrified to touch the pile, to see what even to... I'm sorry. I was terrified to even touch the pile, to see what lay within, but I knew I had to. I had come this far.
Okay, yeah, he agrees with you.
After all this searching, after all I had seen, when I looked within the rags, did I finally find my Rachel? Yes.
We could say no.
Well, then where would she be?
Okay, is it asking us, is this Rachel or is it not? Or is it asking if we actually saw it or not? Because if it's asking me if it's Rachel or if it's somebody else, I'd rather hit no. Because I don't want to find my wife dead. But it could be asking if we actually looked inside or not.
I'd say let's hit yes.
Okay. Oh no. My hands tremble as I pull back the layers of cloth. There at the center, under all the dirt and mess, is my beloved, my Rachel. Her arms were bruised all over and slashed repeatedly. Her clothes were ripped and torn, even though all that sickening blood. It was obvious she had been stabbed to death. The knife I had carried all this way suddenly seemed like a poison. What had happened, Rachel? Who did this to you? I thought about all I had seen and wondered if any of it could help me figure out who had done this. When I couldn't stay there any longer, I stepped away on shaky legs and made my way back upstairs. Reluctantly, exhausted from my journey, I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. No, don't!
Huh? What happened? Where are we?
And we started over. It was my wallet with its contents intact. Either I dropped that stuff or did somebody else did. Maybe I was sleepwalking again, or maybe somebody stole it from me. Norman's store, that forest, the water tower. Was I at this places before? Yes! I didn't see how it could have happened any other way. I must have been the one to lose my wallet and its contents. But what does that mean?
Maybe I would use some of Rachel's travel books and find some place to go. There, that was decided.
Oh shit.
What?
I think it was asking myself, was I really there before? I thought it was asking if we had already gone there. I guess there's not really much else we can look at.
I guess not.
Guess we'll go out the front. Oh, that's not the front. Okay, I can't read anymore, I'm sorry.
It's okay, I'm sorry. It must have been someone from the neighborhood, or at least somebody wanted it to look that way. I wasn't sure what to think. Did he murder Rachel? No.
He probably didn't, because he was dead too.
Yeah, he was dead too. Someone stabbed him to death.
Okay, if it's asking what I think, I don't think he did it.
What do you think it's asking?
It's asking us to decide whether or not Norman killed Rachel.
I don't think Norman did it.
But if he didn't, who did?
That's the question. Someone killed Norman too. Someone's been killing a whole bunch of people. Like, we've seen dead guards. We saw Norman. We saw Rachel. There's no way Norman could have killed him. Norman was stabbed to death. It couldn't have been Norman if he was stabbed to death.
But I'm afraid if we say no, there's really no one else to blame but ourselves.
Well, that would make more sense, though, wouldn't it?
I guess. Do you want to say no?
Yeah, let's say no.
Because I don't really think he did.
No way. Norman had ended up dead himself. Whoever sent that threatening letter must have got to him. But who the hell was that? From now on, I'd have no one to get angry with me over for stupid things like buying this TV.
Oh, don't think of it. Don't think of it like that.
I mean, how many ways are there to think of it? What if we had said no, though?
Oh, what else do you need to... Do I need to go back up and make some decisions?
Maybe.
Okay, I'll look at all I can.
Within the few broken pieces of the mirror within the few broken pieces that remained of that mirror, I could see my face had grown pale and weak. I couldn't bear to look at it again. It was like I didn't actually expect a reflection. I felt empty and drained.
Well, I don't blame you. You just found your dead wife.
Yeah.
And your dead friend.
Yeah. It was the key card I had found at the bottom of that factory locker. I never did bother to use it.
Oh, we didn't.
No, I didn't. Someone had been going through those lockers and poking around in the plant. It still didn't quite add up. Was I the one who had been going back to the factory? What do you think? You answer on this one. I mean, he worked there.
I think he did.
Alright then.
How else would he have had the flashlight when we first started out?
Oh no.
It was the only one missing.
Yeah.
I believe he did.
Maybe he did. Let's see what happens. It looked that way, didn't it? That locker room. I had given up drinking, but the laptop had finally run out of power. The reflection in that grimy glass was only a shadow, a whisper. I still loved the old-time charm of that claw-footed bathtub, though it seemed like cold comfort then. What else do we have to make decisions about?
I don't know, but I'm just gonna go back over the house to make sure.
Good idea.
Okay, I'd already been in here.
Uh-huh.
I'll go through I really don't want to go back downstairs.
Back down to the basement.
Did I overlook? I overlooked all this.
I leafed through the notebook I had taken from the forest. In it were the names that had been written down. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Holly, Rose, Rachel. I recalled the names I saw scratched out on that old desk deep within those musty tunnels. Was the man in that house really up to something?
Probably.
My old office safe sat on the floor. I used it to keep tax records and other important documents in it. It used a digital passcode lock, but I didn't have the code. Maybe I had left it somewhere.
Did I forget to go in there?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we just didn't go in there. We've been in there already?
Yeah, it's the room with the TV.
It seemed like I had seen all there was. Maybe I thought I was ready to go back into the basement.
Why?
Go back to the basement first. No, not yet. Let's go back down to the basement first and see if there's anything else we can do.
I just want to check back again in the kitchen.
There will be no more dinners here. No more chit-chat over breakfast. At least not for us.
Bro, I'm sorry that happened to you. I hope he's not the murderer.
I hope he's not too.
I really don't want to believe it. He's such a...
I don't really know anything about him, but he seems alright.
Yeah, oh, what's this pile?
If I was guilty, I could take this to a warm, safe place and do something about it. Did I pick up the knife? Yeah. I took the knife and kept it firmly in my hand. Now that I stood there, I realized I couldn't go back into that room again. I'd already seen too much.
Okay.
Okay, now we can... I guess now we're done here.
I guess we can just leave.
I knew I needed to escape that nightmare, but what about the knife I still carried? I wondered, even if I left, would it really be over? So, did I leave that house forever?
Yeah, we should go. There's not really anything else here.
No, nothing really. We left his wallet and everything else. Living in this town hadn't been easy. The plant had helped in some way to stay grounded. It kept me in line, gave me something to do, and helped me get away from my past. But when the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. I had MRIs and piles of doctor's reports, but nothing seemed to help, not even drinking. But I swear I tried to give it up. I know it. The sleepwalking never really went away, though. I know Rachel had tried. I know she had tried to be there for me, even when everything was falling apart. This night had unearthed terrible truths, but I knew it was a final act of a long-standing horror I'd been living. Waking up at that house tonight was the final cruelty. I wish I had remained unconscious in that room forever. Even the man I had found in that old place was a mystery. Why was he dead, or who had done it to him, was not something I could even begin to understand. Or why, for that matter, I was in that damn room in the first place. And what was hidden within those sewers I had found? The tunnels of the man's house obviously led there, but was there something I missed? I had found the contents of my wallet scattered throughout town. Why the hell had I been out there? Had my sleepwalking gone to some new extreme? The thought that I couldn't account for my whereabouts, but knew I had been to the forest, even to Norman's place, well, it was terrifying. I didn't know what it meant, but I at least recovered my things. Hopefully, I thought that no one would cover my tracks, so I wouldn't be blamed for all this. Deep within those woods, though, was where things truly became awful. Finding that notebook only made things worse. Rachel's name was on that list, so what terrible plot was she a part of? There was a similar list of names on that desk back in those tunnels. What was the connection? Okay, guys, we are really running low on time, and we've just been reading a whole bunch. I don't know how much is here, so we are gonna stop the episode and keep reading in the next one.
Thank you for sitting through this game with us. We'll try to have another episode for you.
Yeah, I don't know how much more of this game there is left, though.
In the next episode.
In the next episode.